Hi, can you hear me? I think it's working. Hey, this is me, Hot Mess Express. I woke up like this. I'm actually wearing my sleep shirt. Says, the rapture can't come soon enough. Wednesday. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to talk about solar eclipse and we're going to talk about different cultures and the way they look at eclipses and um what the end is nigh. No. What is a solar eclipse anyway? If it is only viewed in a small part of the world, then is it just a warning to those folks? Yep. Hey, Shauna. Hi, Trey. How are you, sweetheart? Saw those videos. The apartment looks so nice. Hey, Truth Seeker. Hi, baby. Hi, Bo. How are ya? Okay, I'm going to go cam off. Oops. And let me find an avatar. Dang it. Here's one. What the heck? No, that's my preacher lady. No, we don't want that one. Is everybody ready? The end times are coming. Lord baby Jesus. Let me find a different one. Oh, for crying out loud. I tell you what, I'm going to play my intro and then I'll come right back. See you in a minute. What the heck? StreamYard? It's like I totally forgot who I am. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we'll do this. Hello. Oh my God. God, this is weird, y'all. This is weird. I mean, all my stuff is gone. All my stuff is totally gone. Hey, Nicole. How are you? Eating dinner? Dinner. Yeah, it's okay. You're not gonna believe it. Like everything, my background is gone. All of my videos are gone. This is not my. Oh, this is not my anything. I don't know what's going on. Hakob. You've seen others having problems with YouTube and StreamYard today? Yeah, I should have logged in earlier. Hi, Yep. Hi, baby. Integrity. Cash, you confuse me. Silly. Hey, perfectly imperfect. It is the eclipse. Yes. Well, let's get started here. So, think I'm going to show this. This is so weird. Ta-da! Let me go back here. Um, um, okay, this is just freaky. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so types of solar eclipses. We've got one coming up here on April 8th, 2024. So this is according to NASA, science.nasa.gov. And so a solar eclipse occurs when the sun, the moon, and the earth line up, either fully or partially, depending on how they align. Eclipses provide a unique and exciting view of either the sun or the moon. Solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the sun and earth, casting a shadow on the earth that it either fully or partially blocks the sun's light in some areas. And this only happens occasionally because the moon doesn't orbit the exact same plane as the sun and earth do, and the time when they are aligned is known as eclipse season. So a total eclipse is when you can't see anything, right? This is total. This is an annular solar eclipse. And then this is a partial or hybrid solar eclipse. So last one we had, and we're talking about America. I'm sorry. You're here, but barely. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. MSM types? I don't know what that means. MSM. Anal. Annual. Not anal. God. Anyway, so over America, we are going to have a total solar eclipse. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Hang on. This is really throwing me off, y'all. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I feel like such a geek. Okay. Let's do this. There. Share. Ta-da! Okay. So everybody's kind of freaking out. Hang on. Everybody's kind of freaking out because Rocket's here. Oh, the party can start. Whew. Yeah, people are losing their shiz over it. Mm-hmm. Can you? No, you can't. I am hating this. I am hating this. There. Okay. Add to stage. Crying out loud. Okay, so here's the thing. In America, we had, this was called in 2017, the Great American Eclipse. And it went from West Coast to East Coast. How about that? And so this is the path that's actually going to be dark, or that was dark then. This is the one that's coming up April 8th. This one right here. It's actually wider. See, it's wider, which means that the moon is actually closer to the earth right now. But here it goes. But check this out. See the big X right there? See the big X right there? That's what people's freaking out about. So what I have done is there. What I have done is, hey, Joneson, I got a notification. Woohoo! All right. So there's a couple neat things about this. Okay. Number one, it's wider. This eclipse only goes over the eastern part of the United States. Okay. The second really neat thing is there is going to be know why I have to add this to stage all the time. Anyway, there's going to be a comet. It's called the Devil Comet. 12P. It's the Pons Brooks Comet. This thing only comes once every 71 years or so. So what's going to happen is if you're in the totality where it's like super dark during the eclipse, you might be able to see this comet. There it is. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? They call it the Devil Comet because it's got horn-looking things on it. But anyway, it's always out there, but this time it's actually really close to the sun, so you'll be able to see it. Is a Halley-type comet discovered by Jean-Louis Pons in Marseille, France in 1812. This has nothing to do with me, by the way. I don't weigh 250 pounds. But anyway, so yeah, one of the things you need to know that if you're going to try to look at the eclipse, you really do need special glasses. You may need to travel to see this. Oh, yeah. So here's where it is. Here's where it is. I actually had these really cool things. And then it must be my computer. It must be my computer. I'm going to blame them. I don't know. I don't know. I've been feeling kind of sick lately. It's like with the kids and everything. They just keep bringing cooties all the time. But I'm so proud of my immune system. I really am. Because, you know, since I've moved here, I've been exposed to so many cooties. And yet, you know, maybe a day or two, I still have an earache, but maybe a day or two and we're good. So yay me. Yay me. Hi, Amethyst. Wolf. Oh, okay. Oh, your son was telling you all about this afternoon? Ooh, I'd like to hear that. I'm actually going to drop a link later if y'all want to talk about it. But anyway, so here's where it's going to go. It's going to come down here, starts at Eagle Pass area, and then goes up through Dallas, and there's Oklahoma City, right? Well, there's Oklahoma City, but this is Oklahoma. This right here is called Little Egypt. It's near Cairo. So hang on just a second. We're going to go up through St. Louis, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Toronto, Buffalo, Montreal, and then it goes out into the world on its own little path. Hey, that's your area. Well, cool. Like I said, you do need special glasses. There's a special ISO to them. And I've heard some people say that if you're going to be in the totality, it might be a good idea to like go on Amazon now and buy a bunch of pairs. And then when you show up at a location, because there's going to be people out there that don't have glasses, and then you can sell them for like $20 each and make a profit. Ooh, I'm sort of excited because the path is right over where I live. Oh, complete darkness for several minutes. Yes. Hi, fur baby. Welcome in, sweetheart. How are you? Yes. So down here, down here, and see, there's Lubbock. There's me. I'm right there. So we're supposed to have like 80%, I guess is what they call it. So even if you're not in the totality, there's really wide areas around it where you'll have like an 80% blockage. So it's still going to be cool. It's going to get dark and stuff. Hooray, hooray. Yes, yes. Hey, London girl. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing much. I cammed up. I showed everybody. Oh, here, I'll show it to you again. Should take it. Let me get rid of that. Self-green. Okay. Bink. Hi. This is me. Woke up this way. I slept in this. This is my Wednesday shirt. It says, the rapture can't come soon enough. No, it goes the other way. There we go. The rapture can't come soon enough. And there's a couple meanings of that. If you're a Wednesday fan, you'll understand it. But I got that when my granddaughter and I went out for her birthday. Went to the mall. Hey, hey. Hey, Lake Michigan. How are you? So do you know anything about this pre-thing going on? The universal bad vibes, called a shadow. Yeah. 10-day full moon. Ooh, it's a wonderful thing. What'd you see? It was the most wonderful thing I ever saw, the last one. Temps drop and the crickets start chirping. Yes, actually, normally nocturnal animals will come out because it's dark. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm sort of, kind of settled in. I still have a bunch of stuff I haven't put anywhere, and my place is a mess. But anyway, so here's the thing that I wanted to share with you guys, because not only is it cool because you don't see it very often, but different cultures treat eclipses differently. Okay. Okay. So this is called eclipses from around the world. Can be mystifying experiences. Traditions from around the world imagine the eclipse as everything from the sun being eaten by monsters to an intimate meeting with the sun. Wow, chicka wow, wow. So, in Vietnam, legend has it that a giant frog swallows the sun. Its master, the Lord of Han, then convinces the frog to spit it out. So that it only takes 4 minutes or so. In Javanese mythology, the god of darkness, Batara Kala, swallows the sun. And then the Javanese villagers try to make Batara Kala release the sun by offering sacrifices and beating drums. Here's some stamps from Indonesia. Eating. So that's the whole eclipse thing right there. In Andean mythology, a puma devours the sun. To prevent the sun's death, the puma must be frightened away by the screams of children and cries of animals. According to Choctaw legend, a mischievous black squirrel gnaws on the sun. In the U.S. Northwest, the Pomo people's name for a solar eclipse is "Sun Got Bit by a Bear." They tell a story about a bear who goes out for a stroll along the Milky Way. The bear meets up with the sun. The two begin to argue about who will move out of the other's path. This argument turns into a fight, which is the eclipse. The traditional belief of the Kwakiutl people on the western coast of Canada holds the sky creature swallows the moon. And here's the several Kwakiutl people who dance in a circle around a smoking fire in an effort to cause a sky creature that swallowed the moon to sneeze it up. In ancient China, it was commonly held that the celestial dragon attacked and devoured the sun, and to frighten away the dragon and save the sun, people would bang drums and make loud noises. Oh, Amethyst Wolf, thank you. Thank you. Oh, look. And I don't have any of my thank you things because I have my peen bomb overlay. Oh, for crying out loud. It's okay. I get it. The This is really working my nerves. Quackoodle. Yeah, did you see him? Dang it. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, if you were gifted, Ellie was gifted a membership. Sleuthing Tater Tot, OG London Girl, Joneson. Jacob, Jacob. Drop some hearts or some squirrels. Did you see the new squirrel? The new squirrel emoji? Yeah. Drop new squirrels. There he is. To thank Amethyst for that. Hey, Cammy. How are you, babe? Oh. Oh, here we go. Bang drums make loud noises. You know, a lot of celebrations in Chinese culture. A lot of fireworks and banging of drums and cymbals and stuff and whatnot to frighten away scary things. So in Norse culture, Joneson, you and your Scottish, Viking, Irish people, the evil enchanter Loki, Loki, is chained by the gods. He gets revenge by creating wolf-like giants, one of which swallows the sun. Another of the giant wolf chases the moon, trying to eat it. Look at that. How scary. And in the Navajo perspective, eclipses are a time of renewal and manifestation of a cyclical relationship between the sun, the moon, and the earth. The old traditional knowledge of the Navajo people recognizes that it is dangerous to look directly at the sun. Navajo elders strongly instruct their community to go inside the hogan, their traditional dwelling, during an eclipse to ensure people don't look up at the sun. Traditional Navajo people sit quietly and in reverence, a practice that is grounded on their deeply held respect for cosmic order. Some people would choose to look at the eclipse using protective eclipse glasses, but that's decisions open to everybody. And then there's more. The Yualei oral tradition, Southeast Australia. Ooh, in German mythology, the hot female sun and the cold male moon are married. The sun rules the day and the sleepy moon rules the night. Seeking companionship, the moon is drawn to his bride and they come together. Bow, chicka, wow, wow, to create a solar eclipse. Oh, here's another one. Tahitian myth, the sun and moon are lovers. Sun goddess Melina, who was chased across the sky by her brother, the moon god. Oh no, that says bleh. The Maya of Mesoamerica observed and recorded eclipses in accordion-shaped bark paper books called codices. The Dresden Codex, named after the city that houses the original document, records eclipse prediction tables for both solar and lunar eclipses. The Maya were able to predict eclipse seasons, though the precise location where the eclipses would be visible was unknown. Today, Maya people bang pots and pans to make the sun and moon release their embrace. Kind of like spring mating dogs, right? Yeah. Ha ha. Oh my goodness. Hey, Mac. Oh, thank you for renewing, sweetheart. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me as members. Yes. The street squirrel. That's me. Hey, True Texan. Hi, baby. Charismatically clever. Oh, I haven't seen you forever. Oh, hi, baby. So good to see you. So good to see you. Sounds like YouTube. What? I miss so much. Woodrick Alien, hi. Hi. Oh, here we go. Beginning of 2024 eclipse season on March 25th with the lunar eclipse in Libra. These transits happen when the moon is in alignment with the Earth's shadow during a full moon. And this one wants us to release outdated perspectives and ideas that don't align with it anymore. Girl. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is all kinds of good stuff. So, hey, all right. So here's what I'm seeing around, right? There's a lot of different cultures and people look at eclipses differently and all that kind of stuff. Most of us think, oh, we're it's just a thing, right? It's just a happens all the time and everything. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo. You can get behind that. Yeah. Um, it's so interesting if you're into universal shifts, etc. I think I may take time to meditate and let go of some things. I think that's a great idea. Um, I don't think, yeah, you remember. Yeah. I've been doing shadow series talking about getting rid of stuff. But here's the thing. All right. So I'm going to get a little biblically stuff, Bible stuff. I'm also going to kind of get some Islamic stuff. But remember that X that I showed you? X marks the spot. Right there. Right there. Dang it. I'm almost half tempted to stop this thing and log into my regular junk. I don't know. Hey, Spitfire Pookie. Hi. No problem at all. Anyway, this thing right here. So a lot of people, a lot of them Christian type guys have been looking at, everybody says, oh, it's horrible. The world is horrible. It's so mean. There's wars and everything is screwing up and blah, blah, blah. Right. So this thing right here, ding, 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 ding. Let me get this up. Share it. I'm hating my technical difficulties. Guys, I feel so dingus. I feel dingus. Okay, so here's the X. All right. This was 2017. This is 2024. And there is where it meets. Right there. And they call this area Little Egypt. So people are equating a lot of this as being some sort of warning. Some sort of warning that God is speaking to us. And here's what I have found. Ready? Let me find it. Almost. And I'm going to have to add it to stage. Gosh, I hate that. Okay. So in the beginning, stop it. The beginning of creation, God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day and the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years. Basically, God put the moon to rule at night and the sun to rule at day. We all know that. Hey, Mac. Hey, girl, hey. I don't know if I said that before, but hey, girl, hey. Yeah, so people are looking at this and they're saying, Ermagerd, because the path of this thing where it's going is dooby-doo. Here we go. Dooby-dooby-doo. There. Ready? Okay. So, this was 2017. This was the annular solar eclipse that happened October 14th of last year. So it's just kind of a little one. It wasn't a totality like we're going to have and all that. And then this is the total eclipse of April 18th, or excuse me, April 8th of this year. So 2 X's according to this, if you add that, the October eclipse in there, they're calling it the Aleph Tav. The Aleph Tav eclipses. So here's another X. So we got 3 X's going on. And this is what has all the religious guys kind of freaked out. There, the Aleph Tav eclipses. Hey, Finny! Finny Pots and Pans, thank you, honey. Aw, thank you. Aw, if you got a membership from Vinny Pots and Pans, please thank him by putting a squirrel emoji in the Death Grips, Starry Night 80, Cape Breton drone pilot Sophie, Amber E, hi girl, Green Eye Girl 101, BMB, Tia Dash Decipher, I don't think she's here, but welcome. Melissa Bell, Wooddrake Alien, thank you, Vinny. Yes, put some squirrels in there to thank Vinny. There's some squirrels. I really feel like I'm missing part of myself because I don't have all my stuff. Spudler! You made a live! Woohoo! Hey, sweetheart. Oh, yes. So here's the thing, right? People are saying that X marks the spot that these places have cities in them called Nineveh. Nineveh? Yes. And evidently in the New Testament, Jesus was out doing great things on the Sabbath, and they were eating grain out of the fields, and he was healing people and stuff. And the Pharisees got all pissed off and said, you don't have the authority to do that on the Sabbath, and what the heck? And so Jesus said, the only sign you guys are going to get is the sign of Jonah. Anybody remember their little Bible school days? Jonah was the guy who ended up in the whale's belly. Jonah was a prophet, and God told him to go to the city of Nineveh and tell them to repent. Jonah was kind of on his way. He said, no, screw this. And so God had a whale come up and eat him. And Jonah was in the whale's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. It's also kind of prophetic about Jesus being crucified and being in the earth 3 days, 3 nights. But the weird thing about Jonah, he was going to Nineveh. The whale spits him out. Jonah goes to Nineveh and he preaches for 7 days. And then there's an eclipse, which convinces the people that they need to repent. So the sign of Jonah is a total eclipse for repentance, right? Yep, have read some religious thoughts on meaning of this particular eclipse. Deepening our connection to humanity is so important. So much geopolitical issues. More love is needed. Yes. Okay. So Jonah, Nineveh, whale 3 days, total eclipse. People repent. Jonah goes his way. Everybody's happy. Okay. This thing is, let's see, there's a Nineveh, Texas. There's a Nineveh, Indiana. There's a Nineveh Township, Ohio, Nineveh, Pennsylvania, Nineveh, New York, and Nineveh, Nova Scotia. Okay. So that's why people are saying, oh, it's a sign of Noah or a sign of Jonah, because it's going to be a total eclipse. Whales? Did you mention whales? No, not like the Prince of, like the Moby Dick guy. Yeah, whales. A lot of things in the Bible are astrological events, Star of Bethlehem, etc. Exactly, Spudler. And that's what I was saying here, that God put the stars and everything, the moon and the sun and everything up in the heavens, whoever it is, if you believe your God is a disc on the back of a turtle, or if it's Inky, or, whoever, the creator, right? I'm just using the scripture because a lot of people are very aware of that. But he said, let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Signs, seasons, days, and years. So signs are things. We can look at astrological events. I know people that believe in astrology, not astronomy, astrology. They look at things as, like the squirrel. Okay, boomer. Just out the window. Anyway, but like the full moon's going to be in Virgo or something along that line. It has a lot to do with things. And me, I am kind of woo-woo. I'm out there, tinfoil hat, right? Okay. Remember I told you it's going to cross in Little Egypt. And so that sign thing that we were looking at, where is it? There it is. God. Oh, I swear. There. Okay. So this thing right here, making me crazy. This sign right here, an Aleph Tav, is Hebrew letters. It's a Hebrew letter. And I'm going to let you guys, research the whole Hebrew letters. This is just a lighthearted, hey, look at what people saying. This is the sign of Jesus in the Old Testament, according to them. It's a bull's head with a cross. This actually looks like the letter. So people are saying that this is Jesus telling us that big things going to be happening. Now, this is a part that's going to blow your mind. You always get those two mixed up. I love looking at stars. Me too. I love watching meteor showers. The Perseids were my favorite when I lived in Virginia. Love to look at the skies and stars. Can't see much in London, but when I get out to the country, yes, too much light pollution. So, hang on. Watch this. Okay. So, the 2017 eclipse was October 21st, 2017. And then the next one is 2024. Is 2000. Oh, dang it. You probably can't see that, can you? No, dang it. Boop. Okay. So it's 2,361 days. So that actually gives 6 years, 5 months, 18 days. But if you do this, no. Add days. Okay. This is what people are freaking out on. Oh, excuse me. 8/21/2017 Add or subtract. And this is what people are freaking out about. Okay. Mark of the devil. Remember, the devil's comet's coming. 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days. Boop. Tuesday, April 9th. Alternative results are Monday, April 8th, which is the day of the total solar eclipse. Right? Oh, getting into jammies. Oh, cool. Hey, Hope Echo. Anyway, so yeah, 6666. That's what people's freaking out about. And here's the thing that I was saying, that it was it's kind of in the Hebrew calendar, because we, as most, what would you call us? Western societies, dun dun dun. Western societies, our calendar starts at January 1st, ends December 31st. But Islamic and Hebrew calendars run on solar and lunar cycles. Specifically, the Hebrew and Islamic calendar run off of lunar cycles. Okay. So we have a full moon coming up March 23rd. Then we have Easter Sunday, which is 3/31. So from that time, the end of Ramadan ends more or less on April 9th, the day after the total eclipse. Now, that's kind of an estimate. Yeah, Northern Hemisphere, that's right. That's kind of an estimate, because they wait to see the crescent moon after a full or a new moon. After a new moon. But the Hebrew first month of their year is Nisan, Nisan. That starts on April 9th. So, new beginning of the new years, all that kind of thing. Do, 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 do. Get rid of that. And I have to go back here and add it. Okay. So here's the fun thing. And this is what they's all saying, why everybody's freaking out, okay? Is in the book of Exodus, the Israelites were taken captive into Egypt. Remember, the X is at little Egypt. And so when Moses came and talked to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go," there were 14 days in which he was in negotiation. Okay. There were 10 plagues that happened. The last of the plagues was the death of the firstborn. And that's where we get Passover. Okay. Passover, the Jewish holiday Passover. That's when they put the blood of the sacrificial lamb over their doorposts so that the angel of death would pass them by. Hey, Zen. Hi, hi. Anyway, so the weird thing is that after this total eclipse on April 8th, 14 days later is Passover. 14 days later is Passover. Let that sink in. So what people are worried about is that, number one, This is some sort of portent into civil war that we're going to be facing. And you can really dig into this. You can really rabbit hole this. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys stuff real quick. Okay, here. So one thing that people are worried about is the end times. In every culture has end time stuff. It's like wars and famines and diseases and earthquakes and flooding and all the wonderful things. All the wonderful things. So people are saying this because there is, in the middle of the country, it affects like Oklahoma and Tennessee and Kentucky and I think Indiana. It's called the New Madrid Fault Line. And, Oklahoma and whatnot gets earthquakes every once in a while. So does Texas. Most of that is from fracking. But there's actually a fault line that's been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And so this is what we have. The impact of solar eclipses on the structure and dynamics of Earth's upper atmosphere. So when the sun's radiation is blocked out for a period of time, it's kind of like hormones, right? It just messes everything up. But what it also does, changes the temperature. There's electron density variations from the ionosphere. So the propagation effects during an eclipse can change how radio waves propagate through the ionosphere, which means things like power outages, communication blackouts with satellites, radios, that sort of thing, GPS receivers. And, oops, I forgot where I put it. But I have one that talks about, because of the moon's gravity and how it affects our oceans, that it could actually put pressure on the oceans, which pressurizes the tectonic plates on the mainland. Also, for those who follow the energy, Mercury goes into retrograde. Hooray! We all love that. Hey, Hashtag's back. Hi, baby. How are you? Yeah. So, it's going to affect the tectonic plates. So what happens when that happens? Earthquakes, right? And so they're really looking at the New Madrid earthquake fault line. Took an amazing picture of a solar flare. Oh my. Has an observatory. That is too cool. Yeah, we're in solar maximum right now. So we have a lot of flares that have been hitting the Earth. And it has been knocking out things like radio communications. How? Thank you. It's a heavy time spiritually and universal energy-wise. The Earth and humanity is already fragile. Yes, more volcanic eruptions in Iceland. So if the tectonic plates are stressed and whatnot, I was getting to that, more volcanic activity. It also causes tsunamis. So a lot of these folks out here are saying that this is like God's judgment on the wicked ways and blah blah blah. Maybe. But like I said, I'm kind of a vibes girl. You know what I mean? I just like the vibes. And spiritually speaking, I think it goes far beyond a boxed version of whatever's in some sort of book about spirituality. And what I've been saying lately is that the veil between our worlds, between the spiritual world, between our world, our 3D world, is becoming very, very thin. And I'm using this as an example because there's more paranormal sightings. There's more sightings of cryptids, of aliens, weird sounds that people are hearing all over the world. I actually have a full live I'm going to do on that. So the Mississippi could run backwards soon. Could be. Hey, Yaya. No. Yes, it's very thin. Oh, girl. Mm-hmm. Yep, the knock-on effect of this is going to be yes, yes, we're knocking. And here's the thing: people are like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be." But what I feel is that as these things, if they do happen, if we have earthquakes and tsunamis and we have volcanoes and all that stuff, it's actually connecting heaven and earth. It's connecting our physical beings with our spirituality, because when shit hits the fan, it's the first thing people do. They say, Ermagerd, right? They cry out. They want to know something more spiritual. I'm going to show everybody Spudler. I love that. We're going to call you Evil Queen Italia. I hate autocorrect. So nothing new under the sun. But here's the thing, because people, yeah, it's a reminder we're not in control. People are tired. They're sick and tired of force mentality. And I really believe that as a society, if we have some major shit that happens, I mean, we've got an economic collapse. We're on the brink of nuclear war. We've got whatever is going to happen, civil unrest, yada, 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 yada. It goes on and on. Gloom, despair, agony on me, deep, dark depression, excessive misery. Yes. When that happens, people start focusing in on what is important. And what is important? Love. Kindness and love. If you didn't doomsday prep and your neighbor did, and your family, your babies are hungry, and y'all ran out of water, you go to your neighbor, you want them to have kindness and empathy towards you. You want people to reach out. And we even now, but so many of us are so prideful, and we are so self-sufficient and all this other stuff that we don't reach out for help. We've neglected community. That's what I love about our YouTube community. And a reminder, we learned nothing from being indoors for 2 years where the world slowed down. Yes. Exactly. I mean, people just got weird during those 2 years. And I think that was kind of a precursor of the governments to see how well can we control people. And I think we're headed towards another one of those things. And the YouTube community, I know, to me, has been very kind, has been very compassionate, and helped me beyond what I could ever say. And I've seen it recently with the victim who found Rachel Morin, and the Decipher podcast did a fundraiser for them so that they could go get trauma therapy. We have wonderful, wonderful people. So, my thing, and I tell you this all the time, let's try to human better. Okay, let's try to be better humans. You haven't come out of hiding yet. You're taking it, but you're making wonderful progress, Spudler. I'm so proud of you, baby girl. Yes. It doesn't make you sad because I know there are more people in the YouTube community that would help. Yep. In real life. Yep. hmm And that is why parents of the missing are not encouraged to search. Hey, Steph. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. If you can share this out, that would be great because I don't know what happened with my StreamYard. It's all weird, but yes, scatter kindness. Scatter kindness. That's what we need. We just need just a kick in the butt to remind us that we are community. Twist, I love you. Twist, I love you. Dang it. Somebody, I need to make that go up. Hey, Grandma. Here is this. Get rid of that. Unpinned message. Does that work? No. Pinned message. Yay, that worked. Anybody want to join me? Anyone? Anyone? We can talk about anything. We don't have to talk about end times weirdness. We don't have to talk about. I have this really cool video about this Navajo elder, and I wrote to them asking for permission to share, and he's like, tell me what you're going to use it for. Says the website offers anyone to view our videos free of charge. That isn't the same as usage. He says, but if you can give me some details, I can sign off on uses as long as it fits our mission. So I wrote back, I said, I was planning on showing it within the context of how other cultures view and react to natural phenomena, like the eclipse. This video touched me with regard to the reverence and the new beginnings mentioned. I said, my channel is all about learning to heal our past traumas and open people's hearts to other perspectives. So I didn't hear him, but what I will do, because I want you guys to, I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. You think you're subbed to him? Oh, crap. That wasn't supposed to happen. It copied way too much stuff. I actually posted my thank you, Ash. Is his name Wally? The guy that you're subbed to? Trying to remove my stupid comments. Yeah. Oops. I'm blowing up the chat. Spamming the frickin' chat. Let me see. Let me just share it this way. Stop it. I'll just share his link. This is from the Navajo Traditional Teachings YouTube. Okay. Hey, outside the box with Chloe Joe. Hi, baby. Yes, yes. So that right there. Oh, thank you, Spudler. Thank you, sweetheart. Last kiss. Welcome. Welcome. Grandma hugs. Grandma hugs. But anyway, so there's a link to this video that I'm talking about. And it almost brought me to tears, the way he talks about the reverence that they have towards nature and all of that. I just think it's all it's all wonderful. Yeah. Hey, hang on just a second. I don't know if I have here. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to trust you because this is funky. London girl.
It's definitely, hey, it's definitely me, Grandma Sherry. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hang on, hang on.
Hello, hello.
Okay, try it again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay.
Oh, fantastic. How are
Yes.
you?
It was my headset. I see.
Oh, thank goodness. I was just
I
like,
see.
if my sound is bad, I'm just gonna have to leave.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
What's
perfect.
up?
Thank you so much for this stream. It's so interesting.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's just my weirdness, to share it with you guys.
I'm vibing with your weirdness, which I don't think is weird. It's really, I just find it really interesting when big universal things happen, and you've given us like a little education on it tonight, and it's encouraged me to just go a bit deeper with myself. Do you know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
some days I look at everything that's happening in real life, via the news and social media, and sometimes it can be quite, where is the hope? How can we continue to have hope? But this is just encouraging me to get into a a place of better awareness and humanity.
There's so much wisdom all around us, and I've actually been doing a rabbit hole thing with something called 80-year cycles, and it
Oh,
shows in societies how in 20-year increments, a society has like a and time when they're just growing. They're kind of, primitive and growing, and then they come to a social awakening, and then they come to a place where greed and everything, oligarchs, and then it comes to back to perfection after the big destruction. But anyway, so I've been rabbit holing into that, and I wanted to look into this to look at, because I know there are so many cultures that have end time prophecies. This is what's going to happen in the end times, you know? And I
mm,
don't specifically think that this is like the end times as far as people are making it sound like. That you saw my shirt, right?
yes,
The rapture can't come soon enough. Yeah, that's
yeah.
kind of a double meaning. I mean, some people are like, yes, Maranatha, come Lord Jesus. And other people are like, maybe the Christians could just go away. But um, that's the kind of double meaning of it. Anyway, drive safe, Steph. Um, but the way I look at it is I really wanted to look at other cultures and see what they say about end times. And so far, what I got has been everybody, from the Quran to Chinese mythology and whatnot, they all talk about, all of these natural disasters and things that are happening. And they talk about people who just are running off the lust of the flesh and just doing whatever they want to do, and they don't care for their fellow humans anymore. And then the
Mm.
universe has to step in and go, how does Johnson do it? Skirt, hold up.
That is, yeah, I do. I do definitely connect with that thought, of, um, it's like the disconnection we can have with what's really true and meaningful. and the other things become a distraction. They take us into a lower life state, essentially, and then big things happen in the world. Like, I'm very connected still to the whole idea of what really went on for people during the lockdown, during that time, and and we connected on different levels. We found different ways to connect, but like we've completely forgotten that and gone completely the other way. So it's like the universe is kind of going to give us another lesson. And so you didn't learn your lesson last time, so this is what you
Right.
got, and a result of this happening, you're now. I really want you to connect with people, or I really want you to go deeper, or you know what I mean. Everyone can find different meaning in it, but I hope that it brings us to a better awareness that we're all in this together. We might be in different boats, but we're all in this together and we can connect in a more meaningful way.
Yes, and I think that's what's happening because right now, like I said, I feel like the veil is thinning between, you know, people say, "Oh, Halloween is when the veil gets thin." No, I'm talking about whatever it is, the higher vibration that we're all called to find. That's where we find our peace and our balance and our centeredness and
Mm,
all of that. And I think the veil between where all of this violence and selfishness and self destruction and cruelty and all that stuff is on this side. And I just feel like there's a change, that there's an increase. It's like the whole universe is calling us to increase our vibration up into something more loving and kind. Hi,
mm-hmm,
Teresa. Squirrel. You know, I just I just feel like, yeah, I get easily distracted. Um I just feel like that's what's happening,
mm,
because it's like the dark is getting darker and the light is getting lighter, and I don't know, I'm kind of excited, you know. I don't think
mm.
we're I don't think we're going to go into this Mad Max dystopian thing, where life is a Thunderdome or Hunger Games or whatever you want to call it.
I kind of feel like we're already there, in lots of ways. In terms, I wake up and I look at the thing, I just think, oh my god, the world's on fire at the moment, and I I feel that it manifests in different ways for different people experience, right? So I'm not sure that I think it's going to be the end of the world, but I think it might have a very impactful effect. And out of that, because like lotus flower grows in
Who?
crap, out of
Yes.
out of that, you have beauty. There is life and there is beauty in darkness. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping, like you say, that shift will happen during this period, which really, when I look at, some of the, and reflect on some of the stuff that you said, is like from the 25th of March, then you've got the Mercury retrograde. I think Amethyst Wolf, by the way, thank you so much for my membership, first goes into retrograde, and then 8th of April, the eclipse, and then you said 10 days later, you have, what was the festival, the Jewish festival you mentioned?
Oh, okay. So the next day, Ramadan ends. Okay.
Right, okay, yeah.
All right. And
And so that's Eid, right? That's Festival of Eid on
yeah,
finishes.
that would
Eid,
be
Eid
that would be
Mubarak.
the new moon would be on
Okay, yeah.
the end of Ramadan,
Hmm.
and then so that's also April 9th is also the beginning of the Hebrew calendar, the month of Nisan, and then
Nissan, okay, I couldn't remember
yeah,
what the name was.
14 days later, which is how long Moses was negotiating with Pharaoh, um, to let his people go, let the Israelites
Hmm.
go. 14 days later is Passover. 14 days.
So, so you've got a very big population of the world who are carrying out religious things from, 1st of April, 8th of April, you know what I mean, in that
Hmm.
period, all focused on what it is. So out of that, there must be some greatness to come.
There is. And that's why I'm kind of excited. And I I really try to look at everything as a whole, and I meditate
Mm,
to try to understand how it fits together, because
mm,
we as people tend to think, if that's outside my thought pattern, it's wrong, you know, and I
mm-hmm,
have to kill
mm-hmm,
you. And I don't
mm,
I don't want that in my life. I don't want that in the life of the people around me. And that's what I'm trying to build up my community and whatnot, is to speak to people and to help them help me to get together, to be more loving, to be more
mm,
high vibrational,
mm-hmm.
because I honestly believe that, our words manifest things. That's how God created the world.
Oh God, of course, yeah. Thought, action, deed. So it goes from becomes an action when you manifest, when you speak it out loud, and even when you're thinking it, it can manifest. So thought, action, deed, cause and
Yeah.
effect. I believe in the laws of cause and effect. So, often we are looking at the effect, but we're not making better causes to then manifest a different effect, right? So the words that we're saying have power and matter. If we were saying kinder words, the effect of that would be so beautiful if we got into that practice. So cause and
Mhm.
effect for me is very, very it's for me it's universal law.
Well, and it's all energy, right? And energy is neither
Mm.
created nor destroyed. It's always in a form,
Mm-hmm.
and if our intentions, which is our soul and our spirit, if our intentions are towards a high vibration, towards good, towards peace, towards
Mm-hmm.
manifestation of things, rather than tearing down and destroying each other with words or with actions or whatever the thing may be, that and I honestly believe that when CERN found the Higgs boson in 2012,
What?
CERN, the Large
Tell me.
Hadron Collider, superconducting super collider.
No.
Yes, subatomic particles.
Oh, okay, okay, right, okay.
Yeah. So it had been theorized since like 1912 that there has to be, they call it a God particle. It's an absolute piece, particle of energy, so minute that it has neither positive nor negative polarities to it. It's just perfect within
Mm.
itself. And so all of these nuclear physicists and quantum physics and all this other stuff, and at CERN in the Large Hadron Collider, they actually found it. They proved it. They called it the Higgs boson, this
Mm.
God particle. And unfortunately, because they didn't know what they're doing and or whatever, it dissipated immediately. It was
Okay.
there and then it was gone. And so I think during that time, and maybe I think too much like a Marvel cartoon or something, but I during that time when they did that energy, that they actually opened something, because
Mm.
things have been changing so rapidly in the last 10 years.
What year? 2000.
12.
So yeah, there were very big things in 2012. I see 2012 for myself. I say that was the last great year. that we had in the UK, because it was a there were many positive things, and then I think we had Brexit after that. But there was, you know, it was
Oh,
like um, William and Kate's wedding. We had the community thing. If I'm thinking about the correct year, please, I hope my memory serves me. But I just remember it turning
yep.
after that.
Hmm. Yeah. And those
Interesting.
are the type of rabbit holes I go down. That's why I
Mm.
say I'm kind of a geek, and I'll just lightly talk about it. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm looking into. And if anybody, jives with that and wants to do it too, then yay, let's talk. But
Listen, your vibe attracts your tribe, so
exactly,
that's, you know,
exactly.
and it's and it, you know, you have a high vibe from what I experienced of you, which is why I'm here, because you're always really kind to people. You seem to do a lot of work for creators in terms of your modding, and then when you're in the chats, you know, you're consistently a great person. You're good people, Grandma Sherry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I was yesterday on the YouTube street. Seems like a bunch of people chose violence.
Oh my God, woke up
With
and chose it.
Yeah, woke up and chose violence. Exactly. And I can understand that, And the thing is that I have enough empathy, and I've been hurt by stuff.
Mm,
I've been hurt by a lot of things, and things that I don't understand, that, I just feel like if somebody told me, why I'm a bad guy, other than the friends that I have, why I'm a bad guy, let me know, and if I can make amends, I will. And if not, then I will. But so I was sitting here, and I was trying to get to this point where I was just angry, where I was just seething,
mm.
and I've done shadow work and meditated for so many years that I I don't have that in me. I couldn't even dredge it up to say some horrible, horrible things
Okay.
about
Mm,
people, and so it's quite cathartic for me when other people verbalize that,
mm-hmm.
but
No,
I
but
I
that you've moved beyond that in all the work you've done. You know, but I think the thing is, you have to have an awareness of or you know, if I'm in a state where is affecting people by my actions or my words, I feel awful afterwards. So for me, it's the awareness that I don't want to feel awful, because you know, it's just like it's because you're coming out of your body, so to speak, or you're speaking out of your mouth, because you're, or no, you're coming, you're these kind of, oh, how can I say it? I just remember as a younger woman, if I was, you know, like at school and stuff, so if I was speaking awful about someone, I would feel awful. Do you know what I mean? I would, if I was doing something to someone that wasn't respectful and wasn't kind, I would feel awful.
yeah,
And
no, I
so
took
what it kind of sounds like you've done all that work, and so you're not, it's not in you to kind of create, I call it chaos, basically. Create this
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
chaos.
exactly, anarchy and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong. When I was in my 20s, I had a really sucky childhood, and
Mm,
I'm autistic, which nobody understood. So basically, I spent the majority of my life masking. And then when I got out on my own because I was abandoned, I was mean. I was
mm.
mean. The girls at work called me Dragon Lady.
Oh
And
my, okay.
yeah, and the people that really knew me knew that, I would, as people say, give you the shirt off my back. I'll do anything for anybody, to protect them
Hmm.
and to love them and make them feel safe, and all that stuff. But when it came to like my defenses, I was a porcupine, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
But
a porcupine.
but do you think that's because I have this thing where I feel that you know we're all wounded. We're all going around with trauma or different experiences that affect us, and some people go around with open wounds, and other people do the work to heal, and they just have scars and reminders. But we're not. That doesn't you move through it so that you are not your identity isn't what has happened to you, and you then also healed rather than going around with open wounds so people can't get to see you for who you are. People can't see your heart because all they can see is because it comes out and
Exactly. Well, um, I think basic animalistic nature is when you're injured or you feel vulnerable, then that's when a dog is going to growl and bite. You know, that's when a dog is. You can't, no matter how sweet and loving and wonderful, and they trust you and all of that stuff. If they're at a point where they just feel like they just cannot anymore, and the only thing is to be violent, that. And I look at people like that, that some people
mm,
are so hurt that
yes.
that's all they can portray. And so
Hmm.
what I try to do within myself is, and this sounds more woo woo than it is in practice, but I don't eat rabbit raisins, Cash.
I love that
No.
comment, Cash.
Yeah. Cash is my rabbit raisin. That is my little emoji, rabbit raisins. But I try to, when I meditate on them, I try to surround them so I can see past the ugly, hurtful part to where the
Mm.
actual person is.
Yes, yeah, and that does take some practice. But I think what I'm getting from you is that you had a not great start and a not great experiences, and at certain point you did work on yourself, which enables you to be able to do that. And not everybody has that. So, um, you're somebody who gives grace because you can see someone's heart, right? Essentially, you see, okay, this is their bad behavior, but it's not necessarily them. Whereas I think a lot of people go around um, and they make the bad behavior the person. There is no separation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, exactly, because, and I'm not perfect at this 100% of the time, but I look at people as being, oh my goodness, Steph, thank you. Woo! And I hear, yay. I don't have my videos. Thank you, thank you. Um,
Mm,
you know, I don't look at people as being wicked, as being
yes.
evil, because I
Hmm.
believe that every baby that has chosen to come here, you
Hmm.
know, because I do believe in soul contracts, but every baby that's chosen to come here is born perfect,
Yes.
you know. They might be born addicted,
Hmm.
or, they might have birth defects or whatever, but on the whole, a baby comes out and the only thing they need is, you know, protection,
Hmm.
food, and love.
Hmm. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And I want to say, I think in order to show grace and kindness and empathy and compassion to you, which sometimes feels like it's it's not accessible to everybody. Um, I think we have to have a level of self-respect for ourselves, because every human is worthy of respect. But if we can't respect ourselves, then we're not giving it out to other people.
Yeah. And that's why I've been doing my shadow work series, is just trying to get it through to people that they're not fucked up, you know?
Mm,
No matter
mm,
how bad you think of yourself, or how badly you've been treated, or what kind of trauma you've gone through, you're not messed up. That's
yes.
a part of you that, when you learn to incorporate it and to love it and love yourself,
Mm,
it makes you a stronger person,
yeah.
and the guys in Discord here are making me crazy. I love
Oh
you.
wow. Oh my God, you're really multitasking.
What's that?
You're really multitasking. How are you in Discord at the same time?
Multiple windows.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I can
but
just about keep up with. Look.
this is crazy. I mean, I'm going to reset this up, and probably just go live for a minute to make sure I can get all my shit back, because I don't know what's going on with this. It's just
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
I've
it's
got.
telling it's telling me, like, I'm not a subscriber or whatever. And yes, I am. I
Mhm.
have a membership, or whatever you call it.
I've got ads for you, please.
Mhm.
The first one is uh, do you remember, or have you? Do you know what happens to animals when there's an eclipse?
Would they what?
Like, what happens to animals when there's an eclipse? Like, as in not the birds and the. Do you know what I mean? How are they affected by
Yeah.
this sudden
Yeah.
change in nature in the middle of the day?
Right. They say that nocturnal animals come out,
Mm,
and that during that period of time, because it's not supposed to be like that. Animals kind of have a sense of weather, and so they can hang out if it's dark and stormy, and they go to sleep when it's dark. It's the sun is gone, and all
mm,
that sort of stuff. And but during that period of time, unfortunately, it doesn't last a very long time.
yeah.
The an absolute totality where it's completely blocked out, like we're going to get um here next month. It might be like 40 minutes, not the totality. That's like
Okay.
6 minutes or something. But the time
Yeah.
that it's starting to get dark, and then it's like super dark, and then it's moving on. um that's quite a while. Yeah. So animals animals do react to that. And I've
Hmm.
heard stories of, like, herds of deer, like, just basically all gathering and just stampeding through forests.
Right. Okay. Okay.
They
I'm
freak
gonna
out.
look. I'm gonna look.
Okay, Spudler says they freak out, go underground, and birds don't tweet, from what I've experienced.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, they know there's something wrong.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's
And
just
then my other question. Sorry.
no problem.
So my other question is, will you ever have a cat chat live where people can ask your advice about their cats? There's a lot of dog talk on these YouTube streets, as far
Oh
as I'm concerned. In terms of the streets that I follow, and not enough cat chat, frankly. And
no.
I adopted two cats this time, and I
Oh.
got lots of questions. I've been doing lots of research myself, but I was like, Grandma Cheryl's got four, I think, so she'll be able to help me. So I just wondered if, because all this dog talk sometimes it gets a bit boring. Dogs, dogs, dogs. Needs me more cat chat.
Yes, no, I'd love to do a cat chat. Actually, I need to start coming live more often, and I've got some videos that I'm working on right now. But
Okay.
yeah, we could do a panel thing on that because we got a lots of cat people.
Okay, amazing. So I'm going to thank you for having me. I'm going to go and rest my tired body because I have to get up quite early. And
Oh,
thank you so much for the real dream.
oh, thank you so much for coming up and talking to me. I appreciate that.
I will see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, love. You have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Tina Diamond. How are you? Well, I've been about an hour and a half here. I think I'm going to end. And so as always, if you guys are feeling hurt, you're feeling down, you're feeling confused, you got questions, Steph B, did I say thank you? I think I did, but I don't have. Anyway, yeah. So, um, there are always in my video descriptions in my about section, helplines. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, talk about just real quick. Okay, just real quick. All right. So I have a Ford car that has a safety recall on it. Right? I got a notice saying in February, hey, by the way, this thing with the oil pump and the tensioner arm and the belt and blah, yada, yada, schmackety might break. And if that's the case, kind of increases your risk for an accident. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just wait until the parts, whatever. But no. So on March 4th, I dropped my granddaughter off at work and I was driving home and my car cut off. It's just like cut off. And then it started right back up. But I got a warning light that said low oil pressure. So I called my Ford dealership and I said, whoa, I got this I got this recall notice and it says here's the thing and here's the symptoms and my car's doing that. And in the recall notice from Ford, they didn't say stop driving your car. Okay. They said, oh, it's all cool. Drive your car, no problem. So I called the dealership and they said, well, you know, Ford hasn't released the parts. They're going to release them in the second quarter, 2024, which is April, May, or June. And according to my dealership, uh, they would order the parts. So usually on back order. So in a realistic thing, it would be July or August. I said, well, poo, can I bring it down there? Can I have a loaner car? And they're like, we don't have any loaners. You can bring it down, but we can't guarantee anything. And so I fine. I called other Ford dealerships. They all gave me the same song and dance. I even called local garages around here, mechanics, and said, hey, how much would it be if I were to pay to have the oil pump and all this stuff, looked at and repaired and whatnot? And they said, well, we might be able to order the parts, but parts are really hard to come by. And, it's best for you. And I'm like, dude, I have one car, and it's not working. I can't drive it. And I do DoorDash to supplement. And so I can't DoorDash if I don't have a car. So anyway, I was just like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I called the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, which are like the big brothers and sisters overlooking all the car manufacturers. And I never got through to anybody. I held for an hour one day, I held for an hour and a half another day, and I just said, forget about it. So I prayed, I meditated, and I was feeling kind of like, So I called Ford. I looked all over the place, called Ford, the actual thing, got through to a customer service person. She said, oh, yes, there are some vehicles that this is already affecting them and they're not working. She says, so just a moment and let me see what my resources are. So she gets back on the phone. She had called my local Ford dealership and she arranged for me to drop my car off for them to do a diagnostic. On the diagnostic, if it is related to the recall, then they're going to approve a rental car for me in 30-day increments until it's fixed. How cool is that? Yay! I was so thrilled. I was so thrilled. But the thing is that, I was down and I felt helpless and oh my God, I can't do anything. And then I just decided, take a baby step, take one step and take another step. And all my honey bunnies that knew about it, we were going to go all Karen, like petition for it and just, make, I want to talk to your manager phone calls and stuff like that. And we didn't need to. So I should hear by the end of this week what the diagnostic is on it. And I will be fine. Hooray. Isn't that great? I'm thrilled. Yes. And what is today? The 20th? Okay. Only 9 shopping days until Grandma's birthday. That's right. I'm an Aries. My birthday is the 29th and it falls on Good Friday this year, which is odd because when I was a young kid, I was baptized on my birthday and it was actually Easter. Baptized Catholic. Mhm. Okay, so I'm gonna play that hokey Grandma Sherry song because that's the only thing I have in here, and then we will see you soon. Oh, your dad was an Aries? Yes. I'm an Aries sun. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm a Virgo moon. So I'm just all over the planet here. She's all over the planet. Oh, you were? You were baptized on Easter too? Oh, yes, birthday stream. Party, party. Yeah, on Friday. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, babies. I love you. Thank you so much for coming in. And I will talk to you guys soon.
If you're someone who's been feeling alone, this world can be a little scary. So come talk to Grandma Sherry.
I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you? I don't know. Okay, boomer. But the helplines are available in the video description and in my about section. So if you need any help, reach out and call somebody. They're there. They want to talk to you. Love you guys. Bye.